let's see. We're going to start off with 11. So we know that we deal with relationships in our life. Where? In the kitchen. It's the first letter. We got a 9, we got a 2, we got a 3, we got an 8, we got a 5, and we got a 5. The kitchen means many more things too, but today we're dealing these. Okay, 14. Paula, are we talking about that balance again? Well, you know that if you put too much salt in your spaghetti, it's going to taste terrible. And you know that if you put too much hot sauce in pinto beans, you're going to ruin it. So it's balance. Cooking is a magical art. Cooking. Because it requires balance. Not too much of this, not too much of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Then you got to put it in the oven, and then you got to wait. You got to wait? You got to wait? You mean it doesn't happen instantaneously? You mean I can't just want something and get it? Nope, you have to wait. And did I skip over that part? I'm going to come back to you, baby. I'm coming back to you. Did I skip over the part where you have to put it in the oven and feel the heat? Anything, whether it's on the stove or whether it's goes in the oven or the microwave, you got to feel the heat. You got to feel the heat. All right, let's see what oven is. Got to get it up there where it belongs. 22, 5, and 5. Oh, relationships again. You'll never look at your oven without knowing to improve your relationships with another. Start cooking something in the oven. Make something. Put it in the oven and eat it. Okay, 22, 27. What do we got? Woo, we got something big here. 11. You know, it's the same way about a womb. When you put that egg and this little sperm together, and it's got to go into that womb, and then like I was talking about, you got to have that spark, that divine spark that comes in it, makes it become the baby. In this womb, there is perfect temperature. It is warm. You're feeding the child as it grows. Everything is being cared for in the same way as the oven. So say what you will, you can make magic in relationships. Because, you know, through what? Cooking. Through cooking. If you want to improve your relationships, get in the kitchen. All right, what are we talking about? We're talking about the kitchen is magical. And did we do the bottom part of it? No. 11, 2, 13, 16, 24, 29. Let's see if that's right. 14, 11, 13, 16, 24, 29. So we've got, this is crazy. It's crazy, Missy. Everywhere, everything I do, it just goes back to the same thing. There's that balance. What's the balance? What are we looking for in the relationships? What is this? Change the direction of what you're doing. You're not cooking enough. You're not using enough spices and experimenting. You cook a dish a certain way, and that's the only way you cook it all the time. Change up. Change directions. It's not the only way. 43. On other shows, we're talking about how the kitchen is magical. We're talking about when your relationships are out of sync, get in the kitchen and cook something. It'd be wonderful if that person would eat it, but if it don't, you eat it for him or her. But anyway, what was the number 43? 43 is the number of Ronar. H-O-N. It's honor backwards. The God of Ronar. God of honor. And that was, what, kitchen? Is that what it was? It sure was. I mean, honor in the kitchen? Okay, stop it, stop everything. This calls for me putting on a hat. We're going to have church. We're going to have church in the kitchen. Okay? So bright in here. All right. Now, where in the world, I don't see it, but I'll just, yeah, there's one. Okay. We're going to take this notebook right here, because we have just found out that there's magic in the kitchen. Magic in the kitchen. Magic. You can create lots of magical concoctions in the kitchen. All right. So, now, if in fact the kitchen is 43, if that is the hidden definition of the kitchen, and it is the God of honor, how many of you stand before your sink washing dishes and praising God? How many of you take up every dish you wash with a joyous heart and feel the water run over your hands, and each crevice and shape of the dish or cup, and become one with the honorable act that you are engaging in? How many of you are standing there so completely engulfed by the opportunity, the sacred opportunity that you have to wash these dishes unto God, unto and into and for the kingdom of God that is within you, that you are working on becoming whole, that you are productive, that you are useful, that you are using this time when you wash the forks and the spoons and the knives, and you're washing them, and you're rinsing them and placing them aside, and you're engaging in the dance, the beautiful dance of washing these dishes and being completely present doing so. That you are not thinking, I hate to wash these dishes. Why do I always have to wash the dishes? Why won't somebody else wash the dishes? I washed them last night. Or, you know, I need to pay the phone bill tomorrow, and I need to go see DirecTV next week, or the hearsay, she say, standing there completely oblivious that you're washing a dish and running over and over and over in your mind the things that people have said all during the day or the week, and something that you have not forgotten. And so you are not involved in washing that dish at all. How do you become whole? How do you become whole? If you cannot take something so simple and so beautiful as washing dishes and incorporate it in your life, you're going to die. You're not going to have that many times to wash dishes. Would you rather spend your time riding down the road? You'll have plenty of times to ride down the road. But can you wash a dish in the magical kitchen? The God of Ronar, honor, Can you honor your life so much that you stand there and you are in complete gratitude, in silence, and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to be involved with you. Thank you for filling up my emptiness. Thank you for allowing me to find that other part of myself so that when I join with another, I am whole and I am not broken and I am not bitter. And as you wash these dishes, can you let the water flow from rinsing them after you've washed them and placing them in the drainer to dry, as you would various different events that have occurred in your life? Those dishes you're going to eat off of time and time and time and time again. They provided you the means in order to do so. Can you thank them? Can your hands and your being thank them for doing that? Wow, it works good on here, Mitzi. Let's say you're in the kitchen and you make a sandwich. And when you go and you make that sandwich and you get the bread from the cabinet, when you touch the plastic that bread is held, can you stand there a moment before you open it? Before you open the bread and say, somebody has made this plastic bag to hold this bread that was sent to me. Somebody designed the writing that's on this bread with all these colors. They are beautiful. Just so that I could stand here and hold this loaf of bread and open it with such beautiful scenes to be seen. Or do you just snatch the bread down, you never pay attention to what's on it, how it's on it, who has done it, and you just open up and grab the 2 slices that you need to make your bread sandwich, I mean. But when you do the next time make a sandwich and you take that bread out, before you put whatever you're going to put on, peanut butter and jelly, bologna and mustard, whatever, can you stop for a moment, just a moment, and smell the bread, feel the bread, before you even taste the bread, and say, this is my life. These are the relationships that I have in my life. The way that I handle this bread is the way that I handle the significant people in my life. Do I just hurry up and snatch and or do I care? Can I care? In the magical kitchen, the God of honor, can I honor the least things in my life, the things that seem so insignificant and unimportant? Can I do that? Can I do that? Because after doing all this, this is what is so, this is what is so bizarre. Whether you do those things or you don't do those things, when you get through making the sandwich, you're going to benefit from it. You're going to eat it. You are going to eat it. And it's going to feed your cells, and it's going to be turned into blood, and then feces and urine, and you're going to eliminate it, and then you're going to go right back again. And you do this all the time. You do this continuously. And you never stop to thank the thing that makes you who you are. How do you treat your slices of bread? How do you treat your cup of coffee, your glass of juice? Do you address the God of honor in yourself and in your kitchen so that you can become whole? Can you do that? All right, let's see what else we're going to do, Mitzi. I pulled that one out of that, I guess. So I'm going to take one out of here. Let's go with this. I think this is the Bible one. I think it is. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. Okay, where's those other glasses? Southward goes the wind, then turns to the north. It turns again, and back to a circling goes the wind. Ecclesiastes 1:6. Uh-oh, that won't work. Will that work on that? Mike? Huh. Let's see. This is exactly what we have been talking about in the magical kitchen. You know, southward goes the wind. All right? A seed must go in the ground. That seed, we're talking about bread. So a seed must go in the ground. Water must fall to make it germinate. Then it comes up into the air, which is the wind. 4. Let's do it. And then we harvest the fire. The fire is next. I didn't mean to leave that out. I was trying to incorporate everything. That was my point, y'all. Mitch, can you see the blue? Okay. I was trying to incorporate the earth, the water, the air, which is the wind, and then the fire, which is the sun. Okay. I was incorporating all of this to show you it takes that to make the bread. It takes that seed to grow. There's the bread, and then they're going to harvest that bread and go and make the bread so that you can end up eat it. Southward goes the wind, then it turns north. Okay, it starts in the earth, and then it starts here and it goes here. Then it turns again and back to circling of the ground, meaning that